Hello and welcome to the Fedora Files. I am Gregory Fedora, your host. With me is Mikey Marotti, correct?
Yeah,
Do you like Mikey or Michael or Mike? Which?
Mikey, either or.
All right, sounds good. All right. So, Mikey, you, sir, have started something that's really fascinating to me. You started a bakery, but it's an online bakery. And
Correct.
so that gets rid of a lot of the overhead. And what I was wondering, what inspired you? What made you think of doing this?
So it actually happened about 2.5 years ago. No, about 2 years when I got in my car accident. I broke my back and I was at home. I couldn't do nothing. And my boyfriend at the time was like, well, why don't you start, baking stuff for people? And I said, okay. So I started slowly. And then I moved back home and then where I could really do it. So I said, hey, so I contacted my best friend and said, hey, do you want to start a business with me? And she said, sure. So I said, we're going to do it at home online bakery. And she said, sounds good to me. So yeah,
Right. So, what is the name of your company?
it's the Crumbly cookie.
Okay, great. So, have you always been a baker, or like what got you into baking? What was
Well,
it?
I've always loved to cook in general and I always loved to bake as a kid. And I went to culinary school to be a chef. And I just after school I fell in love with baking even more. So I've always done baking for friends and family for parties and stuff. And then I kind of started taking it seriously. I was like, well, maybe I can make some money off of this.
And it's good. I've seen like some of the photos of things you've made, and they look like phenomenal. Like I want to devour them all,
Thank you.
and and it probably wouldn't be very healthy to devour all of them at once. If I spread them out, it'd probably be okay. So, like, you've started this. Like, when did you started it? How long ago did you begin this journey?
About 2 years.
2 years. So, where are you hoping to go with it? Like, is it one of these things where you're hoping to one day have like a brick and mortar store? Do you want to just keep it online, or are you looking to expand internationally? What is your hopes
So
for this?
my long-term goal is I want to do the online in a bigger picture, but I would love to turn it into like a franchise.
Okay,
Like turn it into a in-store like a brick and mortar and then branch out and have several of them
like all around the country, all around the world.
all around the world. Yeah.
That would be phenomenal. Um, what is your like specialty? What is your the thing you are best at that you love to create the most? Maybe not like the best, but like something the one thing you really love. I'm assuming it
So,
must be cookies, since it's
well,
the crumble
cookies,
cookie.
yeah. But then, so what I did was I created one basic cookie recipe,
Hmm.
and I just for each new cookie, I just intertwine the ingredients. So at the end of the day, I think I'm up to 138 different variations, but using one cookie dough recipe.
Oh wow, that's it. So you have your, and that's actually very smart. Like to
Yeah,
have like the basic, and then you add
exactly.
different things for, like, I guess seasonally. You
Yeah,
change up and add new flavors and pizzazz.
exactly.
And so, what are the same, like, we're here now at the end of summer. What are some of the things you got coming that people would be
So
really?
for summer, I'd have like a blueberry cobbler, a peach cobbler, a cotton candy, a s'mores, a strawberry lemonade, and then like as school starts, like I'll have some like back to school cookies. So it'll just be sugar cookies that are decorated like school buses and apples and stuff like that. And then coming into Halloween, I'll do like my white chocolate cotton candy or my white chocolate candy corn, and then just different like caramel apple and just fallish Halloween stuff type of cookies.
That's awesome. That's very very cool. So right now, where's when someone goes that, like, they would like to order your stuff? Where's the best place to get? Do you have a website? Is it through Facebook, Instagram? How are you taking your
So
orders?
I'm working on a website. The website for me is harder because it's like I have what I always make, but a lot of it is seasonal. So right now it's just through I have a Facebook group. I mean, I have a Facebook page too, but the group is easier to get through. And it's just the Crumbly Cookie. You can find us on Facebook. I have people adding, join the group every day.
Mhm,
But yeah, that's the best way. But I also have Instagram. I have business cards, and then I go to shows like just recently we went to a swap meet and we did pretty good.
mhm. Well, that's what I find fascinating. Like with your story, is that it started. You had a car accident, and
Right,
you yeah, you broke your back, and
right,
so which is that's awful. But
yeah,
then this came from it,
right,
and a lot of times, like people, people, I love talking to people like you, where you, there's so many people out there who like if what happened to them happened or what happened to you happened to them, that's just it. They're done. They go down in the dumps and they just nothing. And they focus on like their life and like, oh, this is what I do, I'm done. But you had that horrible situation and then you move beyond it and you develop this idea and you're nurturing it and growing it. And I find that like just like individuals like you where you get these ideas and instead of just letting it pass, you grasp it and you're like, I'm doing it. And you're building something fascinating. It's a creative process because you are a very creative individual. I mean,
right,
you can't be a baker and not have some creativity.
right.
And
But
it's
I honestly, I owe it all to my ex. I really do. Because if it was for him, I would have been sad. Like, oh, my life forever, blah 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 blah
mhm.
blah. And like we're to this day, we might be exes, but he's one of my best friends. We talk every day. When I have a business question or an idea, I run it past him because he gives great advice.
Oh, that's
So
good.
he's the reason.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, he is the reason, but then you still didn't have to do it. You could have.
True.
So in a way, you've kind of bet on yourself. Like you
Yeah.
like if you're gambling, you're like, I'm betting on me and I'm gonna do this. And
Right.
it's growing. And I said I see your some of the posts you did, like some of the menus you put out. I guess
Yeah.
you have menus, but like
Yeah.
they look they're just phenomenally amazing. I need to order some. Every time I see, it, I'm like, I've got to do this, and I just haven't, and I need to, and I apologize for that.
No, you're fine.
But I'm definitely going to. I think you should make a fedora cookie and
Okay.
shape of a fedora, and then I could bring it on and eat it in front of everyone and say, they
Okay.
don't get it, I have it. But
All right.
that's just me.
Definitely.
That's just me. But so when you like you're doing it with a friend, and
Yeah.
is your friend? Are they also a baker, or are they more of the business end of it, or how's that?
She is, but she's more the social media person.
Okay, so she's like the one posting the stuff
Right.
for you,
And
and
then she also we just bought a Cricut and we're
mhm.
gonna start making a lot more of stuff like hats and socks and
Oh, very cool.
all types like we have t-shirts, we'll make more t-shirts. My last show we sold like 5 different t-shirts. So we're selling stuff, like stuff selling. So we're just gonna make more stuff and have a variety.
Oh, that's very cool. Have you ever thought of like I see those shows on TV where the baking shows. Have you thought of like going into one of those and
I
competing?
have. My thing is I'm not like I can bake all day long. It's the decorating part where I'm not like I can't draw worth anything.
All right.
Like no, like I'm so creative, but I'm not like artistic as like drawing something. Like no, I can't even do a stick figure.
Oh, well, you're creative in the ingredients department. Putting
Exactly,
you know,
exactly.
like seriously, people can't understand what I'm saying, but like when you see, you must go to the Crumbly Cookie Facebook page and see some of the things he's putting together in these cookies and I guess it's cakes and pies.
A little bit of
Uh,
everything, yeah.
yeah, but when you see the ingredients he's putting together, you're like, I never thought of that. And then, but then when you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, that would be so good. I like you're just like I said, every time I read your stuff, like I feel
Yeah.
like I've gained weight just reading it because it looks so good, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I
Thank
do,
you.
I'm going to order. I promise you, I like.
I got
Or
you. You're
like,
good.
what's wrong with Gregory this week? He's just going crazy about cookies, but it's so good. Um,
That's crazy.
so what is what is something you haven't tried yet, but you're thinking about trying, like making? Like, what is that? Like, do you have something in your head, a mixture you're thinking about? Like,
So we have, it's not necessarily a thing, it's an idea. So me and my friend, we started talking and we want to get into like, when your kids go to school and they do all these fundraisers and
mhm,
it's junk, we want to get into the fundraisers, but make
okay,
good quality stuff.
yeah, that'd be
So like you could buy your cookies already baked, you could do pre-baked cookies, we could sell pies, we could do pot pie. I mean, we could do almost anything.
mhm.
So kind of like that, like get and try to become like a fundraiser type thing.
Yeah, that would be very cool, and like that would help out people too. It'd be like a
Exactly. And we
charity.
would give more money. We wouldn't just give you $2 or whatever it is. Because I
Yeah.
know it's extremely low. We would actually give more money and not take it all.
Well, so yeah, it's cool that you're giving back and helping out like the
Right.
community through your
Well,
artistic.
that's what it's about. It's about community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is just an idea that I'm going to throw at you, and I wouldn't even know how to do it, but you might know. But what if you had an adult line of cookies, not and not the way you're thinking when I first say that, but like because people will say the adult line, of course it's perverted, but no, that's not what I'm
Right.
saying.
You
I'm
mean
saying
alcohol?
yes, the margarita, the White Claw, like because there ladies like white. My wife loves White Claw and like Trulies. Like if you had a Truly cookie or a Truly pie, that I think
Right.
you would like get all kinds of like stay-at-home women who are like, oh, I want the Truly pie. That's probably sexist saying that, but I don't care. I'm just telling you. They'd be sitting around the pool drinking a Truly and eating a Truly pie, and they would be so happy. And but like even a Guinness cookie, if you could find a way to make a Guinness cookie or a Guinness pie, I would. I think it would go crazy. And that's just
Well,
my
actually, that's funny that you say that because for Father's Day, I'm offering, or I guess I did for Father's Day, chocolate beer cake with espresso icing.
oh my. Okay, so yeah, I think I need that. That right there. Is that out now available to order?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's fantastic. I need to get on that. And obviously, don't do rum cake. I don't know. That's just or is it fruit cake? Fruit cake. Don't do a fruit
Fruitcake.
fruitcake cookie. Maybe.
I love fruitcake. I like
See?
fruitcake.
I don't
If
know.
it's done right, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've never had it done right. Maybe if you made it in, I could enjoy it. Like the one I had,
Yeah,
it was just dry and awful. I think it was probably because it was 100 years old, and it was like it's a family
right.
heirloom, and maybe I wasn't supposed to eat it, but I did, and it was like everyone seemed upset about it, and then I was like, "This is awful." And I think it was just
That's
the thing
funny.
they just had, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I ate your family heirloom," but it was a bad experience for everyone. But so I just want to say I want to thank you for coming on though, because this is really to me it's a cool idea. The fact that you have this online bakery, and I haven't seen. Honestly, I haven't seen any. I think I've seen just through like occasionally, like an ad for a like to order cookies. But I think it's like what is that? That the people also do fruit and
Oh, yeah, edible arrangements?
yeah, something like that. Like every now and then I'll see something like that where they have like their cookies and say, but like this is really cool that you have started this on your own. And well, not necessarily on your own, you have a partner.
But I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but you've started it, and it's like I really think that this is something that and you said it's growing every day. I really see like in a year or two that you will have like these like little offshoots of like franchises of people taking
Yeah,
your dough because like you've made this particular type of cookie and then you're just
right.
adding to it. And I think
Exactly.
that is really very cool. Have you thought of doing a contest where people give you ideas and the winner you name the cookie after them?
That's a good idea. I have done one before where we voted, and then I created it, and then I drew the name of the winner.
Oh, that's cool. That's
So
very
I did, and they won a dozen of the cookies. So I did do something like that. But that's a good idea too.
yeah. I'm full of ideas. I wouldn't know how to do it. I'm not a I can't I mean I can bake chocolate chip cookies and that's about as good as I can get with baking.
Yeah,
You know, that's a start, I guess. But
yeah, for
they,
sure.
for me, they never come out the same. It's always different. So, and they never taste the same either. Even if I do the same exact thing, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm adding too much of something different every time. So, what is your favorite dessert to make?
That's a good question. I don't know because I must say to eat. So to make it, I would say a cherry pie. I love cherry pie,
Oh, yes, very good.
but like homemade cherry pie, not like not go to the store buy a can. Like I take my cherries, I cook them down myself. Like
Is there a particular kind of cherry that is like best for pies? That
I like to use like a sour dark cherry
Mhm.
because you're adding sugar to it anyways, so it's gonna be sweet when you're done, but it gives you that tartness, so it's
uh,
like balanced out. Where if you use one that's just straight sweet, you're adding more sugar, it's just too sweet. It's too much.
okay, that's a good tip. But see, I would have never thought of that. I would have gone with the sweet
Yeah,
cherry and then added sugar, and then it would just be like
right.
diabetes in a pie,
Yeah, exactly.
an overload, and all my kids would be bouncing off the walls. That would not be good. So I want to make people sure people know where to go. It's the Crumbly Cookie on
The
Facebook,
Crumbly Cookie on Facebook.
and then eventually you are gonna obviously when you get to Facebook, when you do get your website up and running, it'll be there, and you
Yes.
can go from there and order the cookies. And so is right now, I'm assuming you ship within the United States, or you do
I've shipped to Canada too, and
to
I've shipped
Canada?
to the US Virgin Islands.
Okay, so you're expanding like I guess cookies
Yes.
they can last longer in the shipping process anyway, so it's not as
Yeah, because what I do is the cookies I make, because I put them in a sealed bag and I seal it. And as long as it's sealed with no air, they're good for up to 2 weeks.
okay. So
They'll stay soft, they'll stay good up to 2 weeks. But as once that air hits them,
yeah, then you got
you get right. You gotta eat them.
well, I mean, I think once the air hits them, I would have no problem getting sure they're all eaten. Like they'd probably be
Right.
eaten the day I opened them. They'd be all gone.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have no problem eating cookies. So I don't know if anyone does. If they do have a problem eating cookies, they have a problem.
Right,
There's something beyond just that because there's a mental illness if you don't enjoy cookies.
right,
I'm
for
sorry.
sure.
If you're listening to this and you don't enjoy cookies, you're like, I'm not mentally ill. No, you are. You're mentally ill if you don't like cookies.
Go get help. Right.
Yeah, right now. Go to a doctor. Say I don't like cookies. Help me, and then or just go eat a bunch of cookies till you enjoy them. Maybe that's the therapy they need.
Yeah,
Just go to you and order like 3 dozen cookies. Eat
exactly.
them till they enjoy them. That's what I prescribe. I'm not a doctor, but I'm giving you life changing advice that will help you. But I really thank you for coming on and tell me about the crumbly cookie.
Yes, of course.
And
Thank
take
you.
and taking the time out of your day. Like I appreciate because everyone's time is very valuable. And you know that's one commodity we can't get back. You know, once we've
Right.
spent the time, it never comes back. So I'm thankful that you came on because I know you've probably got a millions other things you could be doing, like baking cookies.
Right.
And, and I will definitely I need to order some as soon as possible because now I'm all I'm thinking about is eating cookies. That's gonna be. But yes, if you make a Guinness Stout cookie, I'm throwing that out again. I'm just
All right.
throwing it out there.
I'm gonna work on it. That's gonna be my next one.
Yeah. Oh, I think you that would sell like hotcakes, but or actually would sell like cookies, not hotcakes. But thank you again, Mikey, and again, everyone.
Yes, sir.
The Crumbly Cookie on Facebook. Go there, see the cookies, order the cookies, enjoy the cookies. It'll change your life. And as always, stay safe and keep searching.